Welcome everybody to our Utah Elevated YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about when are those pesky interest rates going to come back down. Ty, we're going to rely heavily on you for all of this. The pressure is on you. I'm just going to sit back and relax and you go. Ready? Now.
Okay. Well, I think the question in consideration today is what can you do in this current market to help get the lowest rate possible? There's a number of different programs that are out right now, such as 2-1 buy downs that can be utilized to help get your rate a little bit lower. And the specific loan program that you're going on is also going to affect that rate. Currently with rates, we're seeing in the 7s, even upwards of the 8s. It's not something that we're used to seeing the last couple of years. We've seen rates in the 2s and 3s. And so people are a little bit, shocked where the payments are currently. The hard truth is that those rates are not coming back anytime soon. We do know that those 2% and 3% that we were seeing were literally fueled by a pandemic. That being said, I think that people are going to start to need to get an understanding that those rates are not coming back. Could we see them back in the 5s and 6s in the next couple of years? Sure. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we don't have the answer of when the rates are coming down or if they'll come down. We can only make educated guesses.
Well, and I just think it's important to emphasize that you need to experience a reality check. Those rates were temporary. They're not coming back. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
So there's nothing we can do about it. So,
And I think it's important to consider what came with those super low interest rates, which was an astronomical increase in home values, which has this exciting benefit, right, for anyone that owns a home. But as a home buyer, the last couple of years have been really difficult, even though rates have been really good. So one positive that we're seeing is we're already starting to see home prices come down. We're seeing more inventory in more affordable price ranges, just that we still have these challenging interest rates. But there's options, right? We talked a little bit about on another video about the buy down, and you mentioned it. So there's things you can do in the current market to kind of ride this roller coaster. We're definitely on the uphill right now. But
yeah, and I think some of the good news that comes out of that, though, is you mentioned it. We have this massive inequality between the buyers and the sellers right now. And it is unfortunate that the rates were elevated so quickly like they were. I don't think that was a good idea, but again, that's just the reality of it. The good that's going to come out of that, though, is we will see some more equality between the buyers and the sellers. That is happening. That's the process that we're in right now, and that's the pain that we're feeling. Is we're still bringing the sellers to match up with the buyers, and bring equality to the market. It's easy for me to say, right?
right.
Which leads us to one of the questions that we wanted to tackle, and that's, should I marry the house and date the rate? You hear that in the industry, and I know we all
favorite saying.
We all kind of laugh about it, but and I said this in a previous video too, but I would rather buy a house at a lower price point with a higher rate, because that rate will be negotiable in the future. Take that for what you will, but I do believe that, as cheesy of a saying as it can be.
As long as you don't punctuate that sentence and then stop the conversation from there, because it does sound so sale pitchy. But yeah, if you understand why that's being said, then it's a lot easier to digest. Let's also keep in mind that if you don't like the mortgage rates, rent is at 100%. Right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
It's another thing. I don't really love that as well. People need a place to live, so it's not like you're getting nothing in return if you are renting.
Right.
You're not building equity, and you're not getting a tax deduction for that. But you have a place to live. That's cool. I think we can all agree on that.
Right. Yeah.
Control what you can. Find out what you can afford, so you can at least make a plan. Have a plan to respond to the way the rates are behaving today.
Reach out to us. We can let you know what options there are right now to navigate this tricky real estate market. Thanks, guys.
We are Utah Elevated. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Don't forget to just drop a bow on that like button.